Hello and welcome back to James's Practical Job Search YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about cover letters. Now cover letters, it can be a bit of a touchy subject. In my time in the career development field, I've talked to employers who have said, James, if an application comes into me and it doesn't have a cover letter, I don't even look at it. I think that comes across as lazy. I don't want to hire that person. But on the other hand, I've talked to employers who have said, I just skip past the cover letters and I go right to the resume. That's what I'm interested in. So to err on the side of caution, I would encourage each one of you, unless the application specifically says don't submit a cover letter, you're better off to submit a cover letter. The average employer, they only look at a resume for 6 to 20 seconds before deciding if they are going to continue looking at that resume. So they're giving a quick skim. If you don't hook them right away, then you've lost them. So if you submit an application with a cover letter, a well-written cover letter, I should say, if you submit an application with a well-written cover letter, that gives you a little more time in front of that employer. It allows you to lay a few breadcrumbs that they might find something interesting in your cover letter and then actually look for more information around that in your resume. Okay? So take advantage of every opportunity you can get, right? You really are marketing yourself and your skills, and you're using that cover letter and resume to build confidence in that employer that they believe in you and your skills. Really, all you're doing is you're trying to help them understand and believe that you will do a great job if they bring you on as an employee, right? So with that said, cover letters can be written in all kinds of different ways, but the first part I would say is about the job, right? Part one, you're opening your cover letter. You know, this cover letter is written in application for blank position, right? You're being clear what you're applying for, and then letting them know a little bit about, why you want to do that job. So, this cover letter is written in application for your administrative assistant position, and having over 6 years experience working in office settings, I'm confident I have the amazing skills, or the best skills that you're looking for this job, right? So just brief and to the point. This is what I'm applying for. This is why I'm applying for it, right? And then part two is about the company. Now, I found a lot of different cover letter templates or like tip sheets that you look at. A lot of them forget the part two I'm going to share with you now, and that is about the company. What is it about that company that makes you actually want to work for them, right? Depending on what that company is, you may have to actually do some head scratching and think about, why you actually want them, because it's a topic for another video, but there's your survival jobs, your transition jobs, and your dream jobs. If you're applying for a survival job, that might be hard to kind of actually honestly write in a cover letter why you want to work for that company. So you might have to do some digging. You might have to find, go to their website, look at their mission, their values, things they've been involved in. Find something that you can relate to, that you can honestly say, that's pretty cool. Like I like to be a part of a company that has done this or does these things or believes in this way. Because actually identifying something that you can connect with and explain that to them in the cover letter, that's going to go so much further than the empty flattery that 99% of cover letters have, which says things along the lines of, you're such an amazing company and I'm so excited to work for you. That doesn't tell them anything. They've seen that in every other cover letter they're looking at, right? But if you can say, I really admire how you were recognized for blank award for this type of work in the community. That means a lot to me, and I really respect those values. I want to be a part of a company that does these things, right? Could be, anything under the sun as far as examples you want to use there, but I encourage you, find something that does mean something to you and put that in, right? Add that personal touch. Hook them, right? That's what you're trying to do. Hook their attention and help them see and think about you working in that position. All right. Then part three, that's the real bulk of your cover letter, right? That part three of a cover letter, that's going to be, I would say, well, at least one paragraph, but 2 or 3 paragraphs. That's where you are looking from when you've looked at the job ad and you've identified in that job ad, the 2 or 3 top skills that employer is looking for. Here's where you're laying out not only where you've done those skills in the past, but how you could foresee yourself utilizing those skills for that company in that position, right? Help them see you in that position. That's what you want. You want them to see you and understand you doing that job and say, oh yeah, James has done this in the past. Of course he could do something similar for me now. Or I could totally see him doing that, from what he's written in his cover letter. Okay? So easier said than done sometimes, but knowing the structure helps you start to build the skeleton, and you can take it one skill at a time, right? I won't get into, too much on a tangent on that right now, but let's just recap what we've done so far. So number 1, about the job. Paragraph kind of writes itself. Number 2, about the company. That takes some work. You got to take a little bit of thinking on, what is it about that company that makes you want to work for them? Don't go on and on. Keep it to a paragraph, short and sweet, but to the point. Then part 3, your skills as they relate to that position. The job ad is going to be your treasure map here. That's them kind of showing you the cheat sheet. This is what we're looking for, right? What are they mentioning on that job ad? What are they mentioning early and often? Those are hints. If you have a whole list of skills and you start getting to those really generalized skills near the bottom, must be a team player, must have Microsoft Office skills, those are just general things that aren't going to make that job stand out. Look at those first handful of bullet points on the job ad and the things that they're mentioning often. Those are going to be the things you want to build your skills section on your cover letter about. Okay. And then part 4 is your conclusion. You just got to keep your confidence, right? You've introduced yourself. You told them what you're applying for. You told them why you want to work for them. You told them why you have the best skills for that job. Now you got to keep that confidence. So you're keeping your confidence and you're requesting an interview. And one of the biggest things I see here where people kind of falter is they say, I think I'd be a good candidate for this position, right? Don't wane, right? If they're trusting you with a position, it's really expensive and time consuming to hire people, right? If I have a choice between 2 people who on paper are equally skilled and one says, I think I can do the job, and the other one says, I know I can do the job. Let me at it. I'm ready. I'm going to give it to the person that's at least expressing and building that confidence in me that they're ready. Okay? So that's what I want you to be thinking. Keep that confidence. A phrase that I lean on quite a bit when I'm helping people with cover letters is, I am confident that I will both meet and exceed your expectations. I am requesting an interview with you at your convenience, and I am best reached at blank and blank. Thank you for your time. Right? Something along those lines. It doesn't have to be super eloquent. Be respectful, to the point. Keep that confidence. And your cover letter's written. So if you kind of have your sheet of paper and you have your 4 sections built out, you can say to yourself, okay, what's the name of the job I'm applying for? Well, that's easy, right? Why do I want to... what makes me even interested in applying to that? Oh, well, it's because I got some experience in that area. Perfect. Or I've always wanted to get some experience in that area, right? What is it about the company? Well, let me do some thinking. Let me do some digging. There might be some companies where you'll know right away why you want to work for them. And that's great. Tell them. And then, looking at that job ad for your skill sections and then keeping your confidence. All right, so I'm going to call it there. Hopefully that helps you have more confidence coming into your cover letters, going to help you turn them around more quickly, but also make them more effective. So thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, comment, help me get this YouTube channel off the ground, get these practical tips out to more and more people. And as always, I will do my best to look over the comments and, try to be effective in giving you the type of content that you're looking for. Thanks again. And I do want you to remember, don't give up. One yes can change everything. Keep going, build in that self-care, and have a great one, everybody.